Now, as a medical student, we have another medical student who isn't a medical student anymore. Because from Tuesday, last Tuesday, صار من طالب وتحول حق resident في Urology Toronto University. Please welcome Mohammad Hajiha.
Hello everyone, Salam Alaikum. I just want to first thank everybody in Kuwait University and Kumsa, especially Ahmed, for being such an amazing host. I'm originally from Iran. I was born in Iran and I spent some of my childhood there. And coming back to Kuwait, I almost felt like I'm home. And I had a really good experience in the last 3 weeks, and I look forward to the next 4 weeks remaining. So I was asked by Ahmed to talk about research, and coming from University of Toronto, being the largest research center in Canada and second largest in North America, from the beginning of our medical training, we are always told, do research, do research. But as a medical student, you have this stack of lecture notes, you have this stack of materials you have to memorize to get a mark on the exams, to pass the exams, or to try to do well to go to the residency you want to go. And you always think that, why would I want to do research? Because there's no way of really evaluating that. And I think that's something that one of the important things that Kumsa is trying to do to actually recognize. Based on my own personal experience, as a medical student, I started to focus on marks. But it was the turning point for me when one of the staff, urologist who I was working with, sat down with one day and he asked me about just how things are going. And he asked me if I'm involved in a research project. And I was like, no, I don't have time. I'm trying to really get good grades to go to urology, which is a very competitive residency in Canada. And he told me that everybody will have somewhat of a good mark when it comes to residency. And everybody done certain things, but what really distinguishes students for us is if they're creative, if they are have a drive to actually, rather than just memorizing the knowledge and regurgitating it back, actually creating the knowledge. And he got me started in being more curious. He told me that when you go to the hospital, when you see patients, just think why they are there. Think what can be done differently to actually improve what we're doing today. Imagine if we did the same things 50 years ago or 100 years ago. Like, people would be dying all over the place. But why we're saving so many lives is really because of those individuals who spent the time, spent that extra effort to be creative and to ask questions. I was actually driving here today to participate in this event, and I just rented a very cheap car recently. It doesn't have a CD player or anything, so I was listening to the radio, and I was happy I did. I was on a BBC, and today is actually a celebration of discovering penicillin. And I'm sure some of you know the story. It was by accident, actually. It was by curiosity. It was Dr. Fleming, being a messy doctor like most of us and not really cleaning up his laboratory, leaving the petri dishes of the Staphylococcus bacteria before going on a vacation, and coming back and seeing that there's some molds in the dish. Probably most of us would just throw it away and move on, but he's like, let me take a look at this again. And he found that there's no bacteria in the mold, and that was again, maybe some of us were like, okay, what the heck, let's go grab the morning coffee and chat with a couple other friends and come back and skip a couple of lectures. But he was like, why there is no bacteria in the mold? And that was the discovery of penicillin, and later became medicine and saved millions of lives. So the point here is that research will benefit you, benefit the patients, and benefit the world. And don't think that, I have to focus on my marks or I have to focus on this, because I really think that it is us who will grow to be people like Flemings and Banting and Best, who discovered insulin, and these great individuals. They were medical students. And I think it's time for us to start believing in ourselves, to start realizing that we have all the great faculty, and I've been impressed with the excitement and with the opportunities that actually is in this university. And to really start believing in ourselves, to remember that actually it was Middle East that was really holding the torch of medicine for hundreds of years and passed it to the West. And let's try to, bring that torch back to our countries, to our students, and let's continue with amazing programs like this and make a difference for ourselves to achieve better residencies, achieve better future, but also for everybody around us to make a better world and better healthcare.
It was one of the guys responsible in the admissions committee in Toronto University to get into medical school. But then when I sat with him about our program, this is the best thing you could do. And when we look at the applications, we look at the research experience that the student has. If he doesn't have any, we put him down the pile and look at other students, because we want our university to be stronger. We have the name, the #1 university in Canada for research. We want to stick to that name. So we have to keep up with this name.